Check, check. All right, now we're just waiting. YouTube only. Damn, this thing is... They probably will. So again, like when we feel a drop of rain, we'll get the fuck out of here. Oh. Are we live? All right. Here we go.
All right, we got this, you. Let's go, you. You got it, Nate.
Welcome back to Jerry Ross Park in Crown Point as we bring you Region Sports Network coverage of the 2026 11U Cal Ripken World Series as we pick up in the last of the fourth inning in this matchup between Unionville and Eastside. Unionville currently leads 2-0, but Eastside is threatening here with nobody out in the fourth inning. 2 runners on base. Theo Hostetler and Hostetler is on first base, and Grayson Franco is the runner at second. The batter is now Joel Rodriguez, with the pitcher still is Nathan Dye for Unionville. Unionville took the lead in the second inning, but now Eastside threatening here as the throw to third base will get 1 out. So the lead runner is out, and so now there are still 2 on and 1 away. Rodriguez reaches on the fielder's choice. Hostetler moves up to second, and Franco is out. A nice decision there by the pitcher to get the lead runner out, and make things a little more manageable here. Still with runners at first and second, but helping out his cause a little bit by getting that runner at third base. So 2 on, 1 away. A tapper back to the mound. Dye gets it, ranges over, and throws to third base. So once again, erasing the runner that would have gone to third. Another 1-5 fielder's choice. Rodriguez scoots over to second base. Scott is aboard at first. So the batter will now be Everett Harding. Harding struck out in his first at-bat in the second inning. So Dye trying to see if he could work his way out of this spot here, keeping the lead intact. His first pitch is low to the backstop. Both runners are advancing, and they will move up 1 station each. Rodriguez to third base and Scott to second. Eastside lost their first game yesterday to Hawaii Kai. They are looking to try to see if they can flip the script and take the lead here or get on the board here in the fourth inning. For Unionville, this is their first game, and it's been just about exactly how you draw it up for the first game. We'll set the scene for you here. This game started originally at 2:58, pardon me. We got 2 2/3 innings in the books before a weather delay started at 3:36. That went up until 6:06 when the first pitch was thrown and we resumed play. And you might notice we are at a different field, too, due to the heavy rain that passed through the area and soaked the original field. We were on the major field. Now we were on Field B. So this game, after a rain delay of a couple hours, and it takes place at 2 different venues. So now the count 1-1 to Harding. Last chance here for Eastside with 2 on here, 2 outs in the fourth inning. First pitch from Dye, or the next pitch from Dye is a strike, makes it a 1-2 count. So certainly as far as rain delays go, this was a unique one, but fortunate we were able to resume play here. And we'll see if Eastside can threaten here. That is called strike 3. That will end the inning. Nathan Dye puts another goose egg on the board. We're through 4 here. Unionville still leads 1-0. You're watching the 2026 11U Cal Ripken World Series on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
At American Testing Services, based in Hobart, Indiana, we specialize in NDT drone inspections and heat treatment services for local mills, fab shops, and facilities across the country. From Northwest Indiana to nationwide, we deliver precision, safety, and reliability. American Testing Services, America's trusted name in NDT.
Located just 1 block north of the square in Crown Point and just 1 minute from Jerry Ross Park, Station 21 American Grill is one of the city's most popular eateries. Station 21 offers a full menu from steaks and seafood to burgers and wings. While in town for the Cal Ripken World Series, stop in and enjoy comfortable dining while watching a game on one of the 28 big screen TVs. Check out the menu at station21.com. Station 21 American Grill. Eat, drink, and relax.
Welcome back to the 2026 11U Cal Ripken World Series on the Region Sports Network. As we start the 5th inning, it is Hostetler still on the mound for Eastside, and then Brocate, Dye, and Merigian batting for Unionville. And a reminder, we are, to update you on what's taking place here, mentioned we are at a different field here, and we are without shelter. So if the weather takes a turn for the worse, we might have to abandon the stream if possible. I will update you if that occurs, and that you can find if there is no broadcast, the stats, the live stats are still being provided on Game Changer. You can find a link to that on the Cal Ripken Tournament website there. But we are currently playing here. The count is 1-0, and this one laced towards third base, and a nice catch made by Shannon for out number 1. A line out to the hot corner. Shannon with a nice glove save there. So that's the first out. Henry Dye, the catcher, will bat here. So Henry bats left-handed. Nathan Dye is the pitcher for Unionville. So these two working as a battery together. And the first pitch from Hostetler to Dye. He loops it towards shortstop. It will carry into left field. It's a one-out single for Dye. Unionville leads by a run and gets a runner on base here in the 5th inning. Oliver Majarian will bat here. He had an RBI on a ground out back in the 2nd inning, responsible for the game's only run to this point, but he could replicate that here with Dye on base. This stage in the 5th inning, too, getting closer and closer to the finish line for Unionville. If you could tack on another run or make it a crooked number here in the 5th inning, that could go a long way and try to stifle the rally from Eastside as they see their opportunities starting to run fewer and far between. A check up to the runner at first base, Hostetler, who's been pitching well as well this evening. It's been two solid pitchers, both returned from the rain delay. So now to pick things back up and throw well, that is a testament to them as the pitch is in. The runner goes to second, and he is safe. Dye slides in safely as he now moves into scoring position. So he is up at second base, and the batter will try to bring him home. Some good contact to the outfield might be all it would take here. Hostetler looks to Franco, his catcher, kicks and goes towards the plate. This one elevated towards the gap in left field. It will land at the base of the wall. Dye turns the corner at third base, motoring towards the plate. He will score. Second RBI of the game for Oliver Majarian, and it's a 2-0 lead for Unionville. Dye scores from second. That was a good swing there. It went all the way to the wall, landed at the base of the fence, and it brought a runner in from second. That was well struck. And now the batter, Davis Reese. Reese bats with one away and a runner on. This time he drives it to right field. It lands between the outfielders, and everybody scoots up one station. Majarian is at second base, and Reese, the runner at first base. 3 singles in a row for Unionville. That's something batters just picking up one after another in order. That type of just team play, getting it done together. That doesn't go out of style as you just string together single after single. And they've made it a 2-0 lead now with a chance to increase it. John Stewart, who struck out in his first meeting with Hostetler, will look for a different result here as the first pitch bounces outside. The count will start 1-0. But 2 aboard, 1 out. Stewart shows bunt here. That will force the corner out. And now the runner's going. The runner's going to third base. He is safe, and the runner goes from first to second as well. So both runners move up there. Majarian from second to third. Reese from first to second. So 2 in scoring position for Stewart here. He'll try to get a hold of one here, bring them home. The pitch from Hostetler. Stewart chips it back towards the pitcher. He recovers. They go the first one out, and oh no, the runner's in a pickle here. He's dancing along the third base line. The throw goes to the catcher. Franco walks him back to third base, and he's out. East side turns 2. Maybe not exactly the way you draw it up, but still 2 outs with 1 swing of the bat. We will head to the bottom of the 5th inning as Unionville increases their lead to 2-0. And we will head to the bottom half of this inning. So stick around. You're watching coverage of the 2026 11U Cal Ripken World Series on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
At American Testing Services, based in Hobart, Indiana, we specialize in NDT drone inspections and heat treatment services for local mills, fab shops, and facilities across the country. From Northwest Indiana to nationwide, we deliver precision, safety, and reliability. American Testing Services, America's trusted name in NDT.
Located just 1 block north of the square in Crown Point and just 1 minute from Jerry Ross Park, Station 21 American Grill is one of the city's most popular eateries. Station 21 offers a full menu from steaks and seafood to burgers and wings. While in town for the Cal Ripken World Series, stop in and enjoy comfortable dining while watching a game on one of the 28 big screen TVs. Check out the menu at station21.com. Station 21 American Grill. Eat, drink, and relax.
Welcome back to the 2026 11U Cal Ripken World Series on the Region Sports Network. As a reminder, at the conclusion of tonight's game, we'll name the Boilermakers Local 374 Blue Collar Player of the Game, brought to you by Boilermakers Local 374. Earn while you learn with Boilermakers Local 374. So we will be starting the 5th inning. It will be batting for Eastside. It will be, I believe it will be Pete Falvey, or we'll get that all worked out. It should be Falvey batting here against Dye. Dye has been the pitcher that has thrown the whole day for Unionville, but he might be reaching the end of his outing. We'll monitor that. So yes, this will be Falvey. Falvey bats here for Eastside. He singled and made it as far as third base in his first time up. But we'll see now, with his team trailing 2, that 6 outs remaining, how they can navigate things here in the 5th inning, trying to at least cut into that deficit. He takes the first pitch in the air towards center field. It will land. It's a leadoff single. So that's what you need to do when your team is trailing in the late stages of the game. Get the leadoff batter on base. So Falvey reaches, and now the top of the order will be up. It is Jude Smith. Smith walked in the first inning, then lined out to the pitcher in the third. Dye throws to the first base. We've seen him throw out 2 runners at first. That's the advantage of having that left-handed pitcher on the mound. He gets that better perspective, but for some lefties, they stay away from that. But as there's a foul ball back to the umpire, John Lester was, for a long stretch of his career, unable to throw over to first base, then eventually did. But we've seen Dye has that trick up his sleeve this evening. So it's an 0-1 count to Smith. And the 0-1 is high and away. We'll go 1-1. Smith represents the top of the order for East Side, playing center field defensively. He's trying to help his squad out. The 1-1 is away. Makes it a 2-1 count. Falvey is on base for the second time today. He is trying to score the first run of the game for East Side. They trail 2-0. There might be a new arm in the game soon for Unionville. But we'll cross that bridge when we get there. First, the 2-1 from Dye. It is high for ball 3, and now we will see a move to the pen. I think it might be a pitch count scenario with Dye, so that will halt the outing for Nathan Dye. He's gone 4 1/3 so far. We'll tally things up, but we'll step aside as the new pitcher gets ready to warm up and get things sorted out. So stick around. You're watching the 2026 11U Cal Ripken World Series on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Get Pulse technology on your team. Hit a home run with our managed print and copier services, IT and technology solutions, office furniture and design services, office supplies, scoreboards, and AV solutions.
Strachan Van Til for the win with 4 ways to save. Catch price drops on over 15,000 items and check the weekly ad for can't miss deals. Stack on the rewards program for digital coupons, points toward discounts and free products, and power up with our own brands. Keep your budget in the safety zone. Get the same great taste as national labels at lower prices. If you can't taste the difference, why pay the difference? Score big value with 4 ways to save at Strachan Van Til.
Welcome back to the 2026 11U Cal Ripken World Series on the Region Sports Network. The new pitcher in for Unionville is Patrick Zane. Zane takes over for Nathan Dye. Dye went 4 innings of scoreless ball with 2 strikeouts. Certainly a very good outing for him. So Zane moves from shortstop to the mound. Dye takes over at first base, and the Joe Zane then moves from first base to shortstop. So either way, one Zane goes from shortstop to the mound, another goes from first base to short, and Dye stays in at first base. Henry Dye still behind the plate. There's several duplicate last names on the Unionville squad, so just trying to make sense of who's where now, as the batter is still Jude Smith. The count is 3-1. As the pitching change occurred mid-at-bat. So Smith bats here, waits for the 3-1 pitch from Zane, rolls it towards third base. A sliding stop made at the third base side by D'Ambrosio, but the throw not in time. Good hustle down the line by Smith. He's aboard. Smith didn't give up on that one. He sent it sharply down the third base line. D'Ambrosio was able to make the play, but then the hustle from Smith puts him aboard base. So 2 on now for Eastside. They have runners at first and second with Andrew Overly batting here. The tying run is on base. The first pitch as the runners race to advance. The throw to third base. He is safe. Falvey swipes third, and also scooting up in the process is Smith. So 2 in scoring position. The tying run at second base for East Side with Overly batting. He's 0 for 2 on the day, but could break through in a big way here. And what will we have here? Well, the catcher switches out his mitts. Mid-inning equipment change. Always neat when with Henry Dye behind the plate, seeing a left-handed catcher. You don't see that too often, but so that's certainly a specialized piece of equipment. Here's one, golf towards third base. D'Ambrosio throws over for 1. A run will score. So East Side on the board. Falvey races across the plate, makes it a 2-1 game just like that. East Side within a run. Smith, the tying run, goes to third base. Overly does his job, grounds out, but brings in a run. So the batter now will be Declan Shannon with 2 away. poked towards shortstop. Zane is there. He throws to the plate. The tag, and he's safe. Safe is Smith, and Eastside ties it up. We have a tie ball game here. A tie game in the 5th inning. Smith was hustling to the plate. The throw nearly got him, but he was able to get in by a step. So Shannon brings him home. There is 1 out here in the inning, 1 out, and a runner on base in a tie game with Grady Christensen up to work. The left-handed batter now finds himself for Eastside in a spot where they've been trailing for most of this game, where they could take the lead with 1 out in the inning, a runner at first base. Christensen bats here. He was hit by a pitch in the 1st inning. As we are getting things sorted out here.
Hey, Chris, you want anything?
Christensen steps in for his 2nd at-bat of the game. See if he could get a hold of one here and try to get Shannon on the move. Shannon shuffles out to a lead at first base. And Zane will throw over to check up on him. And he slides back in time. Here we go. The first pitch. Grounder to shortstop. Zane recovers, lofts it to first base for out number 2. Shannon advances to second in the process, but now things get a little bit trickier for Eastside with 2 down. The batter now will be Grayson Franco. So Franco steps up with Shannon over at second base. Franco singled in the 4th inning. And then was retired on a fielder's choice. The pitch from Zane. Here's another ground ball to shortstop. Zane gobbles it up, throws to first, and that's out number 3. But Eastside gets some work done. They put 2 on the board. We are through 5 and have a tie game, all knotted up at 2. You're watching the 2026 11U Cal Ripken World Series on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Hi, I'm Crowd Company's Lantern Man. If you're a contractor, it's my job to make your insurance coverage simple and affordable. Because I know time is money, I'll come to your business. Certificates and bonds are a snap. Wherever you are, whatever business you're in, we've got you covered. As Crowd Company's Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero.
Crowd Company's insurance professionals. Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City.
Earn while you learn from the best hands in the business. The Bricklayers Allied Craftworkers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. That's right, this is a paid apprenticeship.
I'm getting an education while learning a trade and getting paid for it.
The thing that surprised me the most about this apprenticeship program is the respect I've received after the proper time and training.
Classes start soon, so apply now. There are training centers throughout Indiana and Kentucky. We are the Bricklayers and Allied Craftworkers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. The best hands in the business.
Stay with us after the game, and we'll name the proud-to-be Union play of the game presented by Ironworkers Local 395. Ironworkers Local 395. Go to ironworkers395.com to start your future as a Union Ironworker. Welcome back to the 2026 11U Cal Ripken World Series on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town. So now things have changed dramatically in the bottom of the 5th inning. We start the top of the 6th inning with a tie game here, Unionville and Eastside even at 2. Unionville scored 1 in the 2nd inning, 1 in the 5th, and then Eastside added 2 in the 5th inning, and we'll have a pinch hitter here. Sebastian Busum will bat here. Busum gets his first at bat in the top of the 6th inning. So we'll see what the new batter can do here against Hostetler, who's been throwing for the entirety of this game. The first pitch is a ball. But so you've had time to see what Hostetler is working with. You know how what he's maybe been able to go to, what he throws, and now you see him in live action for the first time, though, as a pinch hitter. He shows bunt, but pulls the bat away. So the count now 2-0. certainly now at this stage in the game, in the last inning with a tie game, you just need base runners by whatever means necessary, whether that's a walk or an infield single, you'll take it. The 2-0. Outside we go 3-0. Top of the order on deck. It'll be Dye followed by Zane. Those two batters waiting in the wings here with the batter Busham here. Busham sows bunt again. The 3-0 pitch is at the corner for a strike, so it makes it a 3-1. Staying in the at-bat is Hostetler, and certainly for Busham here, you're trying to reach base and set the table for the batters at the top of the lineup. With your team needing a run here, even at 2-2. The 3-1 pitch is low and away for ball 4, so the pinch hitter, Busham, does his job, reaches base with a walk. And that's a good way to introduce yourself to the game. So he will move up, and we will have a new pitcher for Eastside, and it looks like they're going to shuffle around the infield a little bit. So we'll step aside and take a look at the new pitcher on the mound for Eastside. So stick around. You're watching the 2026 11U Cal Ripken World Series on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
At Athletic Performance Factory in Highland, Indiana, we push you to be bigger, faster, stronger, more explosive. Challenge every muscle with our cutting-edge sand speed and agility training. Build rock-solid strength and core stability to dominate on game day. Rent our full-size outdoor turf field for team workouts and practices. Improve your swing, boost your field skills, and protect your arm with expert one-on-one baseball and softball training built around you. We develop the entire athlete, mentally and physically. Athletic Performance Factory, where athletes are made.
You ready? Let's go! Yeah. For those of you that want to know what we're all about, it's like this, y'all. 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, and 100% reason to remember the name.
Your future starts
here.
Welcome back to the 2026 11U Cal Ripken World Series on the Region Sports Network. So the new pitcher in for Eastside is Andrew Overly. Overly, the right-hander, will look to try to keep the Unionville bats in check here, as he will be facing the top of the order, Nathan Dye. Busham is the runner at first base. We're waiting for the final warm-up tosses, and then it'll be Nathan Dye up to bat here. Dye, 1 for 2 on the outing, was the starting pitcher, now plays first base. And he will work in the left-handed batter's box, looking to get a hold of one here. First, there's a throw over to first base, and the base runner gets back in time. As the pitcher was getting set, time was called, and now we'll be ready to resume play. Dye waits for his first pitch from Overly. And here it is. The runner's going to second. The throw, and he's safe. Safe at second is Busham. He advances. Good speed, good timed jump at first base. He was safe with a good slide as well. So the count is 0-1, as that was a called strike to Dye. Dye singled in the first inning. This time he rolls it past first base into right field. Busham moves up to third. So runners at the corners for Unionville. Second base hit of the day for Dye. And that was a big one here in the 6th inning. Now his team trying to take the lead. The batter will be Patrick Zane. Zane opened the game playing shortstop. Now he is on the mound. And what a way for him to help himself out with a chance to drive in the go-ahead run. Overly steps off, and with the right-handed batter up, we're aware that the batter is cut off and will work to fix it at some point. But right now the right-handed batter, Zane, working here. Zane, a pair of groundouts on the day, but if you deliver here, you can forget about those groundouts. It's the at-bat here that could matter most. Here's one high in the air towards the end of the infield, and the catch will be made by the shortstop, Falvey. He throws over to first base, but Dye slides back in time. So a fly out by Zane is the first out of the inning. Now the batter will be Luca D'Ambrosio. So D'Ambrosio will try to produce here. He's without a base hit today, too. A strikeout and a ground out, but a good opportunity to change that against a new pitcher in Overly. First pitch outside, racing towards second is Dye. He will slide in uncontested as they did not want to risk the throw and allow the runner at third base to move on home. But D'Ambrosio works with a pair of friends in scoring position here. The 1-0 in the zone for a strike, evening things at 1-1. The right-handed batter, D'Ambrosio, stands tall, waits for the 1-1. He swings and can't line it up. A good strike from Overly. And for Overly here, it's a high-pressure situation with 2 on, but he's pitching well here, just doing the task of throwing strikes here. His 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. A fly out and a strikeout have put 2 away in this half inning. Now it will be up to Joe Zane as the wind starts to pick up a little bit here. Zane standing with 2 on base, 2 outs, all tied up at 2. What a chance to try to break things through here. The first pitch. Outside, ball 1. Zane lined out to third base back in the 4th inning on a well-hit ball, but drilled it right to the hot corner. Now the 1-0. At the corner for strike 1. Overly able to just dot that one at the corner. Evens things at 1-1. Overly gets ready and will fire here. Here's a bouncer towards second base. Scott gets the glove to it, steps up and throws for out number 3. So Unionville threatens with 2 in scoring position, but they'll be left hanging. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning, tied up at 2. You're watching the 2026 11U Cal Ripken World Series on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Welcome to Diamond Plate, your new go-to sports bar with a casual vibe and elevated ballpark favorites. Dig into hand-breaded chicken tenders, juicy burgers, build your own pizzas, and don't forget our full bar stocked with local favorites and everyday classics. Located inside Athletic Performance Factory. Diamond Plate brings the fun with multi-sport simulators, duck pin bowling lanes, plus party space for birthdays, holidays, company outings, and fundraisers. Diamond Plate, where every bite, every sip, and every play is a win.
From lighting up Friday night football to powering the classrooms that shape the students of Lake County, IBEW Local 697 is proud to support our region's schools and the communities we call home. A career as a union electrician could be your next great move. Your next cap might be a hard hat. IBEW Local 697, powering futures, powering the region.
Welcome back to the 2026 11U Cal Ripken World Series on the Region Sports Network as we head to the last of the 6th inning. And for Eastside, the home team here, trying to see if they can generate a rally to try to walk things off as Hostetler, Rodriguez, and Scott will try to get things done. Zane stays on the mound, and you have to be impressed for Eastside, the work they were able to do with 2 runners in scoring position to sneak their way out of trouble, keep the tie intact, and now earn the chance to try to walk it off here in the 6th inning after a day of baseball where they've been trailing for most of this game, but were able to rally for 2 runs in the 5th inning. The windup and the pitch from Zane. Here's one high, foul, and out of play, landing on top of the dugout from Hostetler. Hostetler 2 for 2 today with a pair of singles. And he's looking to try to see if he can get aboard for a third time and eventually try to cross the plate. Now the 0-1. It's low for a ball. Count goes 1-1, and both teams have had to dip into their bullpen here, and for these new guys out of the pen, trying to see what they can do here and do a little bit of damage control here. The 1-1 inside for a ball, but in a spot like this in the 6th inning, less leeway, little room to make a mistake here, so we'll see what Zane can work with the count 2-1. Kicks, goes to the plate. That's one at the corner for strike 2. So a good spot here. Hostetler down to his last strike. A single back in the 2nd inning, made it to third base, and a single in the 4th inning. Trying to see if he could go 3 for 3 here. On the 2-2, he drills it into right field. It will land. Collecting it is Cloud, and Hostetler races down the line and goes down to the turf, but he will reach base, but now we'll see if there will be a need for a runner to take his place, as that will stand as his 3rd single of the game. And he had to hustle down the line as the right fielder Cloud made a throw to first, and now he'll be attended to, but that's, as it stands, the potential winning run on base for Eastside, but certainly concerned about Hostetler here. As we will step aside, you are watching the 2026 11U Cal Ripken World Series on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
At American Testing Services, based in Hobart, Indiana, we specialize in NDT drone inspections and heat treatment services for local mills, fab shops, and facilities across the country. From Northwest Indiana to nationwide, we deliver precision, safety, and reliability. American Testing Services, America's trusted name in NDT.
Located just 1 block north of the square in Crown Point and just 1 minute from Jerry Ross Park, Station 21 American Grill is one of the city's most popular eateries. Station 21 offers a full menu from steaks and seafood to burgers and wings. While in town for the Cal Ripken World Series, stop in and enjoy comfortable dining while watching a game on one of the 28 big screen TVs. Check out the menu at station21.com. Station 21 American Grill. Eat, drink, and relax.
Welcome back to the 2026 11U Cal Ripken World Series on the Region Sports Network, as Theo Hostetler makes his way off the field, but we'll see a new runner in for him. That looks like it will be a new runner. So Everett Harding will head over to first base to run for Hostetler, and then the batter will be Joel Rodriguez. So Rodriguez bats with Harding on base. Harding represents the winning run. And what a spot this is. Nobody out in the bottom of the 6th inning. Tied up at 2. Rodriguez, who has reached twice on a walk and a fielder's choice. See what he can do with the bat as a throw over to first base. Back in time is Harding. But both of those at-bats for Rodriguez were against Dye. This is his first time facing Zane. Ground ball to third base. The play made by D'Ambrosio. He throws to second for one. They turn to first, and Rodriguez will be safe, gets back to the cushion. The lead runner will be out, but still threatening here. Rodriguez reaches. So Harding retired at second. There's Rodriguez on base, and the batter now will be Easton Scott. Scott bats here with one away. Waits for the pitch. He rolls it to third. D'Ambrosio throws to second. They get one, and that's all they will get. So once again, getting the lead runner. And now Eastside down to their last out as Scott reaches base. But the threat of extra innings now becoming very realistic here, as there will be a new batter, and as Harding took the place of Hostetler. And now Evan Concannon will bat with 2 outs and a runner on base. And the throw to second, bounces in, but safe. Safe is Scott. Dye threw down to second, but Scott beat it by his step. And the count 0-1. A big opportunity for Concannon here with the winning run at second base. He skies this one high and foul behind us towards the bleachers. So now he is down to his last strike. 0-2 is the count. But Concannon called into action here with the game on the line. We'll see if he can deliver here. Zane throws over to second base to check up on Scott. He dives back in time. On the 0-2, it's low for a ball, makes it a 1-2 count. Zane delivers the 1-2 pitch. It's away, so 2-2 now. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. We're tied 2-2. A good battle here between Concannon and Zane. We'll find out who gets the upper hand here. Zane throws back to second, and swimming back to the base is Scott. Now the 2-2, racing to third, as this one's put in the air towards center field, and the catch is made by Brocate for out number 3. So we have 6 innings in the books, still tied. We will head to the 7th inning, so stick around for that. You're watching the 2026 11U Cal Ripken World Series on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Get Pulse technology on your team. Hit a home run with our managed print and copier services, IT and technology solutions, office furniture and design services, office supplies, scoreboards, and AV solutions.
Strachan Van Til for the win with 4 ways to save. Catch price drops on over 15,000 items and check the weekly ad for can't miss deals. Stack on the rewards program for digital coupons, points toward discounts and free products, and power up with our own brands. Keep your budget in the safety zone. Get the same great taste as national labels at lower prices. If you can't taste the difference, why pay the difference? Score big value with 4 ways to save at Strachan Van Til.
Welcome back to the 2026 11U Cal Ripken World Series on the Region Sports Network. So with a tie game, we head to extra innings here. It will be the top of the 7th inning. We will see a runner at second base to start this. So Brocate will bat. Brocate will bat here. The runner at second will be, let's see who that is. That'll be Joe Zane. So Zane recorded the last out in the 6th inning. Now he will run at second base. Overly gets set, kicks, goes to the plate. Brocate pulls the bunt away, but it was in for a strike. And so now the strategic element with that automatic runner at second base to start extra innings, what do you do with that first batter? Do you have him lay down a bunt to try to advance him? Do you have him swing away? Brocate takes that one for a strike so quickly. He's behind 0-2. Now the 0-2. High for a ball. Brocate stays away. The count. A ball and 2 strikes. Overly gets ready to deal here. Now his 1-2 pitch. It's low in the dirt. Evens the count at 2-2. But what a game this has been. It's been a marathon of a game, but tied up at 2 here in extra innings. Grounder towards third base. Brocate racing down the line, and he will be safe. The ball gets away. Brocate reaches. Zane makes his way to third. So there will be runners on the corners for Unionville. Brocate reaches for the second time today. He scored in the second inning. Zane now the runner at third base. The batter is Henry Dye. Dye singled and scored back in the 5th inning for the second run of the game for Unionville. Now he bats with a chance to drive in the go-ahead run. Still nobody out here in the 7th. Dye, the left-handed batting catcher, waits for the pitch from the righty Overly. It is high, and they throw down a third base, and it gets away. Scooting towards the plate, increasing his speed is Zane. He slides in. Now Unionville takes the lead 3-2 in the 7th. Moving up to second is Brocate in the process as well. So it is now a 3-2 lead. Dye bats with the count 1-0. His team now up by a run. There's a strike. And now charging towards third is Brocate. He will move up 1 station. Swiping the base there. With the count even at 1-1. Dye waits for the next offering from Overly. Instead, he throws over to third base, but jumping back in time was Brocate. But Henry Dye responsible for 1 run on the game for Unionville. Overly will again check up on the runner at third base. What a big spot here for Dye. He's been working as the catcher behind the plate, and his team leads by a run. He has the opportunity to make it maybe 1 more with the runner over at third base. Here's the 1-1. That's a take from Dye, and a good one as now the count increases. 2 balls and a strike. On the 2-1, Dye drives it towards right field. It will drop. He is safe at first base, sliding in safely, and crossing the plate is Brocate. It's a 2-run 7th inning for Unionville. They take a 4-2 lead. Henry Dye with his second single of the game picks up the RBI as well. And the batter is Oliver Majarian. And Dye gets caught in a rundown here. He'll try to see if he can dance his way out of it. They throw to second, and that will get him, Dye, out on the base paths for out number 1. So Majarian with a pair of RBIs in this game. Bats now with the bases empty against Overly. The first pitch is a strike at the corner. We go 0-1 here. Overly's next pitch finds the corner again. We go 0-2. And for Overly now, you help out, get the runner out on the bases. Seeing now if you can just attack this batter, get the outs, get your team's bats back up. This one's chopped high in the air to right field. And the catch is made by the second baseman, Scott. Scott makes the catch for the second out. 2 down for Unionville here. Here's a fly ball to center, and the catch is made by Smith. So we will head to the bottom of the 7th inning where Eastside will have to try to crank up a comeback if they would like to continue this game. Unionville leads 4-2. We head to the last of the 7th, so stick around. You're watching the 2026 11U Cal Ripken World Series on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a Union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Welcome back to the 2026 11U Cal Ripken World Series on the Region Sports Network. As we are in the bottom of the 7th inning, Unionville leads over Eastside 4-2. Unionville from Pennsylvania, Eastside from South Bend. And it's been a good battle between these two teams as we've gone into extra innings. Unionville set the tone with 2 runs scored in the top half of the inning. It will be Pete Falvey batting. Falvey is 2 for 2 with 2 singles and a run scored in this game. The runner at second base will be Evan Concannon. It was the last out of the last inning, so he will be the runner at second. Falvey, we'll see if he can try to bring him home with his team needing to. And on the first look, they will throw over to second base. And the pitcher still is Zane. Patrick Zane pitching, Joe Zane playing short. The first pitch to Falvey is inside for a ball. So Eastside needs 2 to tie it, 3 to win. They have the runner at second and nobody out with the top of the order on deck. The next pitch outside evens the count at 1-1. Zane kicks, goes to the plate, and now the count 3-0 now. 3 balls and no strikes in the count. Zane's pitch over the plate for strike 1. It's a 3-1 count. Falvey has had some good contact today with those 2 singles, 1 in the 3rd, 1 in the 5th. And his team could really use another one from him here. The 3-1 pitch, tapped foul. Tapped foul will go full. So the count is full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The runner at second, nobody out. Now the payoff pitch from Zane. Overly. Bounces it foul, so he stays alive, wasting the 2-strike pitch there, forcing now Zane to have to think again, try to find a way to get this at-bat over with. The 3-2 is low for a ball, so the tying run on base, Pete Falvey reaches for the 3rd time in this game. 2 singles and a walk. The top of the order is up for Eastside with the tying run on base. Jude Smith, he has reached base twice. He walked in the 1st inning, singled, and scored in the 5th. And Zane will throw over to shortstop, but getting back in time is Concannon. The first pitch from Zane. Speeds one in for a strike. The count opens 0-1. But Smith representing the top of the order for Eastside. This is the part of the order that will try to make things happen here and either walk it off or force an eighth inning, as the throw to first base will allow the runner at second to move up one station. So Concannon goes from second to third, making things a little bit trickier. Runners at the corners. Zane gets ready with the count. No balls and a strike. He throws back to first. Zane takes a long look at his catcher, Dye. Now goes to the plate. The runner's going to second. Dye throws back to the mound. They look to third base. And the runner is just safe. Good job by Concannon, able to retreat back to the base and avoid that tag. A nice try by Unionville as well, the catcher throwing to the pitcher and then over to third base. But the runner safe. The count 0-2 to Smith. Zane looking for the first out of this innings. That one's fouled to the netting just above us. Count stays where it was at 0-2. Patrick Zane working on the hill here. Henry Dye behind the plate. Two runners on, second and third base. Now the 0-2. Just high for a ball. Smith, 3 plate appearances today. A walk in the first, a line out to the pitcher in the third, and then a single, and later scored a run in the 5th inning. That proved to be a big run. The tying run at the time for Eastside. He swings through the 1-2 pitch for strike 3. Zane gets the strikeout. And now 2 outs remain for Eastside with Overly batting here. Overly works with Falvey at first base and Concannon at third. Concannon was the ghost runner per se to start the inning, and then Falvey reached on a walk. The first pitch to Overly. He lifts it in the air towards shortstop. Zane recovers, throws to first base, and the runner's safe. And motoring towards the plate is Concannon. He scores to bring Eastside within 1. Concannon scores. Overly brings him home. And Falvey ends up at third base. A close play at first, as the Unionville coaches discuss things with the umpires. So we'll wait to see what they determine happened there. But for now, it stands as, well, the run I believe would count anyway, but we'll see what happens with Overly at first base. The runner is safe, so Overly will remain at first. It's a 1-run game, 4-3. Unionville leading over Eastside. A reminder, we'll have more action at this diamond later, as both Crown Point teams are slated to play this evening. Unionville bringing the infield in, trying to get the run at the plate with runners at first and third, and now Overly's just going to stroll on over to second base. The pitch to Shannon is a strike. With trying to get the run at the plate with runners at first and third, and now Overly's just going to stroll on over to second base. The pitch to Shannon is a strike. With the runner going to second base, certainly adds to the drama, as Overly would be the winning run. But first and foremost, Unionville concerned with the run at the plate. Here's a fly ball towards center field, forcing Brocate to go back. He makes the leaping catch, but tagging and going to the plate is Falvey. He will score, and we have a tie game, tied up at 4 here in the 7th inning. in what has been a dramatic game with plenty of twists and turns, lead changes, and now we are tied once again, tied up at 4 here in the 7th inning with 2 outs. Declan Shannon flies out to center field to bring home a run, and the batter now, Grady Christensen. Christensen works with Overly at second base. Zane will throw over to check up on that runner, but he gets back in time. Zane pitching here with 2 outs. The first pitch is high for a ball. Count now 1-0. Christensen, the left-handed batter, slices one foul into the netting. Christensen was hit by a pitch in the first inning and then has a pair of groundouts to follow that. He's trying to break through here with Overly over at second base. Here in the 7th inning, what has been a very unique game. A lengthy rain delay. We've played at 2 different fields. Christensen taps that one foul, and it bounces back down and gets him off the front foot. But certainly with this game, it's been anything but routine and a lot of great plays throughout these parts of 7 innings now. And Christensen will be granted some time to collect himself and try to get back to the batter's boxes. It's a tough feeling when you foul one off that front foot and have to stay in the at-bat. Just trying to shake it off and get back to work here, down to his last strike as well. A ball and 2 strikes in the count. But this has been an entertaining game, a back-and-forth affair. 4-4 here in the 7th inning. Will Eastside be able to walk it off, or will Unionville force a 7th inning? Let's see here with the 1-2 pitch. Zane towards the plate. Outside, evening the count at 2-2. That long sacrifice fly by Shannon to bring home the tying run. That was a big play in this ball game. We'll see if Christensen has one up his sleeve here. Batting with the count at 2-2. Sends it on the ground towards third base. Ambrosio throws to first. That's out number 3, so we will head to the 8th inning. Knotted up at 4. Eastside able to rally and tie it up. We will head to the 8th inning, so stick around. You're watching the 2026 11U Cal Ripken World Series on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Hi, I'm Crowd Company's Lantern Man. If you're a contractor, it's my job to make your insurance coverage simple and affordable. Because I know time is money, I'll come to your business. Certificates and bonds are a snap. Wherever you are, whatever business you're in, we've got you covered. As Crowd Company's Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero.
Crowd Companies, insurance professionals. Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City.
Earn while you learn from the best hands in the business. The Bricklayers Allied Craft Workers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. That's right, this is a paid apprenticeship.
I'm getting an education while learning a trade and getting paid for it.
The thing that surprised me the most about this apprenticeship program is the respect I have received after the proper time and training.
Classes start soon, so apply now. There are training centers throughout Indiana and Kentucky. We are the Bricklayers and Allied Craft Workers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. The best hands in the business.
Welcome back to the 2026 11U Cal Ripken World Series on the Region Sports Network. Well, to the 8th inning we go, tied up at 4. Davis Reese will be the runner at second base for Unionville. Staying in the game, the pitch is Overly for East Side. And what kind of game has this been? It was Unionville leading for most of this one. They scored a solo tally in the 2nd and then another one in the 5th. They would then have Eastside answer for 2 runs in the 5th inning. Unionville added 2 in the top of the 7th inning, but Eastside bounces right back as that throw towards second base goes into center field. But right now we are tied up at 4. The pitch from Overly to the plate. The new batter is Luke Follis in the top of the 8th inning. This game, if you can believe it, started at 3:36. It has been a lengthy one with a long weather delay. We've switched fields. Fallis fouls away the first pitch, but so both of these teams, credit to them for staying sharp after the weather delay, still coming back ready to play, and they've been executing here, and it's been a thriller. And with the count even at 1-1 to Fallis. Batting left-handed. Overly's pitch is inside, and it gets him in the back leg, so he's aboard. 2 on for Unionville here with Reese, the ghost runner at second base, and then Fallis hit by a pitch. He'll be aboard, and the batter will be Sebastian Biosum here in the 8th inning. And the runner at first base, Stewart, will take over for Fallis. And so Unionville trying to generate a rally here. So getting the lineup cards adjusted, it will be Newsom here batting. He would walk, made it as far as third base in his first at-bat. That was back in the 6th inning. So now his second look facing Overly here. 2 on, nobody out. The first pitch upstairs for a ball. Right-handed batter working against a right-handed pitcher. Here's the 1-0. He shows bunt, but it was further away from him, so the count 2-0. Stewart, the runner at first, Reese at second. Overly gets ready, kicks, goes to the plate. Newsom elevates it in the air. The shortstop calls for it in shallow center field, and he will make the catch. Good job by Falvey to communicate and get to that one. So that's the first out. The top of the order up now with 1 away. Nathan Dye bats here, the lefty. Has 2 singles in the game. Trying to see if he can find a third one here. The first pitch from Overly is a ball. Dye waits back for the 1-0. That's over the plate for a strike. So Overly evens the count at 1-1. Dye singled in the first inning, singled in the 6th inning, grounded out in the 3rd. Here's the 1-1. He gets a piece of it, but drills it foul down the first base line and into the corner. So he's behind 1-2, just a little bit early on that swing, but able to battle it away. Top of the 8th inning here in this group stage game between Unionville and East Side. The 1-2 is high. For Unionville, this is their first game of the tournament, so they've certainly gotten a lot of time spent on the diamond here today into the 8th inning. The 2-2 pitch is called strike 3. Dye down on strikes for out number 2. That's a big out to get for Overly. 2 down, and the batter is Patrick Zane. Zane started today at short, now moves to the pitcher's mound. He could try to bring in the go-ahead run with 2 of his friends on base, runners at first and second. The pitch to Zane, fouled back to the netting right by us, so the count is 0-1. Here comes the 0-1 from Zane. Outside for a ball, evening the count at 1-1. A hard-fought game between these two teams, making the most of whatever has been thrown at them today. The 1-1. Ground ball to the left side of the infield. It will make its way to left field. So Unionville has loaded the bases with 2 away. Zane reaches with a single. A good piece of contact there. It sets the table for Luca D'Ambrosio, and we are going to see a pitching change to be made by East Side here with the bases loaded and 2 away in the 8th inning. So we will step aside as the new pitcher gets ready to work. Stick around. You're watching the 2026 11U Cal Ripken World Series on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
At Athletic Performance Factory in Highland, Indiana, we push you to be bigger, faster, stronger, more explosive. Challenge every muscle with our cutting-edge sand speed and agility training. Build rock-solid strength and core stability to dominate on game day. Rent our full-size outdoor turf field for team workouts and practices. Improve your swing, boost your field skills, and protect your arm with expert one-on-one baseball and softball training built around you. We develop the entire athlete, mentally and physically. Athletic Performance Factory, where athletes are made.
You ready? Let's go! Yeah. For those of you that want to know what we're all about, it's like this, y'all. It's 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, and 100% reason to remember the name.
Your future starts
here.
Welcome back to the 2026 11U Cal Ripken World Series on the Region Sports Network. The new pitcher will be Grady Christensen in for East Side as he has some work to do here. There are 2 outs in the inning, but there's a player wearing a navy blue jersey stationed at every base. Zane is at first base. Reese is at third, and Follis at second. The score is tied at 4. Christensen's first pitch to D'Ambrosio is a strike. And the strike starts the count, 0-1. Christensen's next pitch is high for a ball. We go 1-1. Waiting for the 1-1. It's high. We go 2-1. So the hitter ahead in the count, 2 balls and a strike. There's nowhere to put him with the bases loaded. Christensen trying to see if he can bear down here and get one in the zone. He will do just that. A fastball at the corner evens the count at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The bases have the maximum here. Runners at every station with the score tied at 4. Now the 2-2. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Christensen called into action, gets the strikeout, sending us to the bottom of the 8th inning, still tied up at 4. Stick around, you're watching the 2026 11U Cal Ripken World Series on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Welcome to Diamond Plate, your new go-to sports bar with a casual vibe and elevated ballpark favorites. Dig into hand-breaded chicken tenders, juicy burgers, build your own pizzas, and don't forget our full bar stocked with local favorites and everyday classics. Located inside Athletic Performance Factory. Diamond Plate brings the fun with multi-sport simulators, duck-pin bowling lanes, plus party space for birthdays, holidays, company outings, and fundraisers. Diamond Plate, where every bite, every sip, and every play is a win.
From lighting up Friday night football to powering the classrooms that shape the students of Lake County, IBEW Local 697 is proud to support our region's schools and the communities we call home. A career as a union electrician could be your next great move. Your next cap might be a hard hat. IBEW Local 697, powering futures, powering the region.
Welcome back to the 2026 11U Cal Ripken World Series on the Region Sports Network. And be sure to stay connected with all things Region Sports, as we are always active on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, X, and at our website at regionsports.com. Celebrating over 25 years, we are proud to still be the only game in town. We will head to the bottom of the 8th inning, and there will be a new pitcher on the mound for Unionville. Henry Dye moves from behind the plate to the mound. The left-handed pitcher will try to keep the bats from Eastside in check here, as there will be a new catcher as well for Unionville, so shuffling things around, and let's see who that is. It looks like that will be Zane, who goes from the mound to behind the plate. I believe the runner at second base will be Christensen. Christensen takes over at second as the ghost runner. And then Franco, Hostetler, and Rodriguez. But there actually will be Harding. Harding batting in Hostetler's place. But anyway, we get ready to work here in the last of the 8th inning in what's been a back and forth dramatic game here. Extra innings, a game that saw Unionville strike first in the 2nd inning. They would add another solo tally in the 5th inning. Eastside would add 2 in the bottom of the 5th inning. We went to extras, where in the 7th inning, Unionville struck twice, and then Eastside responded with a pair of runs of their own to tie things at 4. Now we are in the 8th inning, still locked up at 4. But Eastside will try to see if they can generate a rally to walk it off. Christensen will head over to second base to run, and here's Grayson Franco. Franco, 1 for 3 on the day, a single sandwiched between a flyout and a groundout. The lights starting to illuminate the field here as we're getting closer to sunset here in the 7 o'clock hour. The first pitch, there's one sent towards the left field. It will bring Christensen from second to third. Franco now advances to second in the process. So Christensen, 1 station away from scoring. Franco in scoring position. That was a well-struck ground ball between third and short into left field. Now the batter will be Everett Harding. Harding batting with the winning run at third base. Nobody out here in the 8th inning. Can he deliver? Dye takes a look at his catcher, Zane. Kicks, goes to the plate. Fires a strike to the corner. And the strategy now, how do you deploy your infield? Unionville will bring all 4 infielders in, trying to get that run at the plate. Franco, the runner, at second. Christensen at third. This one bounces, and Zane recovers, keeps it in front of him, looks the runners back. The count even, 1 ball and a strike. Now the 1-1. Fastball at the corner. We go 1-2. So Dye doing what he can do here. Has gotten ahead in this count, looking for outs by whatever ways he can deliver them, with the potential winning run, would be the winning run at third base. The 1-2 is at the corner for strike 3. Dye picks up the strikeout. That's a massive out for him to get. The batter will now be Joel Rodriguez. Rodriguez steps up to work here in the right-handed batter's box with 1 away and 2 on. What a chance he has. But Henry Dye battling on the mound. First pitch is low for a ball. Makes it a 1-0 count. Dye with the 1-0 delivery. Just misses for ball 2. Dye kicks, brings the 2-0 pitch to the plate. It's low and away. We go now to a 3-0 count. First base is open. There are runners at second and third. Eastside threatening here, looking for their first win of the tournament. Unionville playing in their first game of the tournament. Eastside lost last evening. Now the 3-0 is called for a strike. Time called by the batter, Rodriguez. Dye gets set with the count 3-1. He looks to his catcher, Zane. The pitch is low for ball 4, so the batter will walk, and now the bases will be juiced. Runners at every station for East Side. The batter is Easton Scott. Scott trying to see if he could step up and be the hero here with the score tied at 4, 1 away, and a friendly face at every base. Scott lifts it towards right field. The catch is made by Cloud. No, the throw will be to the plate. And scoring is Christensen. East Side will walk it off. They rally and win it in the last of the 8th inning. Scott brings him home. Christensen scores to give East Side the lead in what was a thrilling back-and-forth game. East Side gets the win over Unionville, 5-4, in a game where really both teams can be proud of what they accomplished here in this game that had twists and turns, plenty of lead changes, and it's East Side who prevails, taking the 5-4 win. The two teams will shake hands. We'll take a quick break to think of our award winners for the game, so stick around for that. We'll be back on the other side with some awards of our own. You're watching the 2026 11U Cal Ripken World Series on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
At American Testing Services, based in Hobart, Indiana, we specialize in NDT drone inspections and heat treatment services for local mills, fab shops, and facilities across the country. From Northwest Indiana to nationwide, we deliver precision, safety, and reliability. American Testing Services, America's trusted name in NDT.
Located just 1 block north of the square in Crown Point and just 1 minute from Jerry Ross Park, Station 21 American Grill is one of the city's most popular eateries. Station 21 offers a full menu from steaks and seafood to burgers and wings. While in town for the Cal Ripken World Series, stop in and enjoy comfortable dining while watching a game on one of the 28 big screen TVs. Check out the menu at station21.com. Station 21 American Grill. Eat, drink, and relax.
Welcome back to the 2026 11U Cal Ripken World Series on the Region Sports Network. It's time to name the Crowell Company's Lantern Man Superhero of the Game after East Side rallies to defeat Unionville 5-4 in extra innings. Crowell Company's proud to recognize the superheroes on the diamond. We will go with, from East Side, it will be the player of the game. How about we go with Declan Shannon, who had 2 hits, 2 RBIs, for East Side and some good plays at third base. So Shannon was our Crowell Company's superhero of the game. Now it's time to name the blue collar player of the game, brought to you by Boilermakers Local 374. Boilermakers Local 374. Learn about apprenticeship programs and more at local374.org. That will be from the blue collar player of the game will be from Unionville. It was Nathan Dye, through 4 innings of solid ball and had a couple of hits in the game as well. He was the starting pitcher, had to bounce back after that rain delay, and eventually returned to action. So Dye was our blue-collar player of the game tonight. Now it's time to name the proud-to-be Union play of the game, presented by Ironworkers Local 395. Ironworkers Local 395. You go to ironworkers395.com to start your future as a Union Ironworker. And tonight's Ironworkers 395 play of the game tonight was, we'll wind it back to the winning run, the walk-off. That one was dropped into right field by Easton Scott, a fly ball that sent Christensen across the plate to earn the win for East Side. That was tonight's Ironworkers 395 play of the game, presented by Ironworkers Local 395, Union Strong. Now to thank everyone involved with tonight's broadcast. It took a lot of work from a lot of people to make this one happen tonight. To our management team at Region Sports, led by executive producer Chris Ramirez, Rich Castillo, and Mike Dewan. To our broadcast crew, we had all kinds of people shuffling in and out. It really was a total team effort by the Region Sports crew, so thank you to all of our producers and camera operators that helped out tonight. That was really well done by everybody. And to the coaches from each side, Jeffrey Dye from Unionville and Quinn Shannon from East Side, and to the viewers. Also, thanks to all of the Crown Point Cal Ripken personnel, including Adam Whitehouse, the tournament director, and the many tournament volunteers, and to the viewers at regionsports.com, YouTube/regionsports, Facebook/regionsportsnation. This is Leo Staudaher thanking you for watching coverage of the 2026 11U Cal Ripken World Series on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Coverage of the 11U Cal Ripken World Series is made possible by Blue Crew for all of your umpire needs.